Alright, so we back with another video, and today we're gonna be ranking the best small forward builds in the game. Now we've already done the point guards and the shooting guards, and I plan on doing a lot of different builds, like when it comes to the lockdowns, the slasher builds, a lot of different things. So if you guys do want that stuff, all y'all gotta do is show the support by liking and subscribing, comment down below to help the algorithm. But yeah, today we're gonna be doing the small forwards. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so the way this list gonna go, now we are talking about small forward builds, so we all know what's kind of the meta of this game. But real quick, I want to give you guys two non-meta, I guess 6'8", 6'9" builds, but you could use them for various type of ways. Now the first one is gonna be more of a lockdown type of build. So think of that like that and understand a lot of things that happens in this game and why this build is actually good. So we're gonna make it the small forward position, because small forward builds, height 6'6", which in my opinion is the best height for lockdowns, even though 6'9" and 6'8" are so good. But I do think the 6'6" are the best heights. And then when it comes to the weight, you're gonna be 247, and then 7'3" wingspan, which is pretty much max. Now when it comes to the build, you're gonna end up with an 86 driving dunk, a 78 layup, a 58 close shot, a 57 standing dunk. Now that's gonna be pretty much allowing you to have as balanced as possible on the finishing, but pretty much you're gonna be able to have stuff like fearless finishers, at least silver, aerial wizard, posterizer, limitless takeoff, and bully. But bully is based off the strength, and we really don't care too much about bully. We just want to have our strength up as much as possible because we are ranking a lockdown build. Now when it comes to the shooting, you have a 70 mid range and an 85 3 ball. That's gonna allow you to pretty much have 18 shooting just off having that 85 3 ball. But also you have all these badges silver, and you have gold green machine with some other decent badges. Now playmaking wise, this is a lockdown build, so we're not going too crazy on the playmaking, but we do have a 75 ball handle just to be able to have a certain amount of dribble moves, which mainly I want to be able to have a LeBron or AI step back, and you're able to have that on this build just to catch people off guard, because you can use that to either create space for you or to get to the rim really easily, even on this build. Now, we all know how speed of ball is right now. I do think it's going to get buffed eventually, but for lockdowns, that's still not that big of a deal, because regardless, when they do buff it, speed of ball is literally only after the first 3 steps regardless. We have a 70 pass accuracy because I feel like that's the minimum you really want to have on a build. Then defensively, I wanted to go like how I made it, but a lot of people didn't like that because you kind of have less shooting. You have a little bit less here and there. But we still are able to have a lot of good stuff. So we have gold on everything right here. So clamps, interceptor, glove, and challenger all gonna be able to get gold. Chase down artist gonna be able to be gold. Pick dodger gonna be able to be gold. All that. Now me personally, if I was making 100%, I would want to have at least pick dodger, glove, interceptor, clamps, all to the Hall of Fame capability. But you don't necessarily need glove and interceptor, but I would definitely want pick dodger Hall of Fame. Now interior defense, that's at an 85, just to be able to have the best shot contest. 92 perimeter defense is strictly to be able to have clamps gold and challenger gold. We have an 85, or not an 85, but 95 still to be able to have glove, gold, and glove. Intercept, you would have to have both of those, 99 to be able to have that. 75 block to be able to have a gold chase down artist, and then we have an 85 rebound to be able to have silver rebound chaser. Now physicals wise, we're gonna have an 86 speed, put gym rat, you get +4, that's gonna be 90. 77 acceleration. That's going to be really important for a lot of things, but not really for the lockdown aspect. You really only getting that up. You can really lower this. Like I said, I had it at 97 for the perimeter defense. You raise this up to 97. As you raise that up, it raises the acceleration. So that's kind of why that was. So you can actually get more in other places if you wanted to. But yeah, that's at a 72 just because of the perimeter defense. 89 strength because that's what we wanted to get it up. Now, you can probably get your vertical up even higher. If you don't know how vertical works, it's going to make your blocking a lot better, your rebounding a lot better. So having that higher is always a positive. We can put the rest on free throw because we don't really need anything else personally. And then stamina is at a 90. You could also put that to your stamina. It doesn't really matter. So that's pretty much the build. When it comes to takeovers, you end it with sharp and lock. Probably what I would do is go like this because I like getting it. Or I'll go with spotter precision. Doesn't really matter because again, I am gonna have a LeBron hot back on this build. So if I want to be able to shoot from deep, it's gonna be really good, but also I can blow by people with that. Then you also have rim protector takeover as your takeover choices as well if you did want that. And the build comes out as similar to shades of Gerald Wallace, OG Anunoby, Paul George, and a 3-and-D league. So I'm gonna be honest, anytime you see a 3-and-D build, more than likely you're going against a lockdown on this game. I like the fact that these builds this year, they're not so like catfishy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we kind of need to kind of dumb down the names a little bit in my opinion, but I like some of the new names that we got, and I'm gonna show you guys some really cool ones as well in this video. All right, so hopping into it, the next build, we got another one at the small forward position. We're gonna skip past all that, but I like going right hand every single time because of the new controls and stuff like that. But we're gonna be making a 6'7". Now this one is more of a dribbling build, so if you want to be able to have more dribble moves on your build for the future references, 6'7" is a good place to go. Now you can also make a 6'6" and be able to have pretty much all the dribble moves for the future for like 6'10" and under. Now I believe when they drop Curry size up and stuff like that, and Trae Young size up escape, all that's gonna be 6'10" and below. For right now, everything that's really good on those like escape dribble moves have been 6'10" and below. It's just like a 90+ ball handle or a 92+ ball handle. So if you want to be able to have stuff like that, I believe the Curry and the Trae Young escape is gonna be 6'6". So you might be having to make this even 6'6", but making this as balanced as possible is what I'm really going for on these small forward builds. So making that 6'6", you just don't get enough for me, so that's why I left it off the list. Now we're gonna have a 7'4" wingspan, that's gonna be pretty much max, and then 182 on the weight, just to be able to have, you know what I'm saying, the speed ball as high as possible. Now 93 dunk, that's gonna allow you to have the contact dunks with gold posterizer, gold slithery, gold limitless takeoff. Then we have an 85 3 ball, which is, in my opinion, very balanced. You're gonna be able to have a lot of really good badges, Hall of Fame, really decent badges, gold, and some of the top tier badges, silver. Then when it comes to the playmaking, you have a 78 pass accuracy. You're able to have LeBron. I'll be honest, I ain't gonna lie. Watching some of these people, I'm gonna do some videos testing some stuff because I'm gonna be honest. LeBron James' pass style is nowhere near the best in the game. I seen a video people saying that was the fact. That's just not true. Pretty much every single one after LeBron is better, in my opinion, from my experience. So yeah, LeBron James is a good pass style, but you can get far better pass style. So trying to go for LeBron James pass style is out my mind now. I just put my pass accuracy as high as possible now, and we just couldn't have it any higher than pretty much the LeBron James pass style, I guess, threshold. But we do have a 90 ball handle to be have pretty much like the Damian Lillard escape and all the stuff that's gonna come in the future for 90 ball handle, an 85 speed ball that's gonna lock couple different like dribble styles and stuff like that. Then when it comes to defensive rebounding, you have a 75, or not 75, but a 71 interior defense, an 88 perimeter defense, an 86 steal. Now, you don't really need an 86 steal. You really just need an 85, so you can put this somewhere. You can lower this to even get some. Maybe you want to get more rebound. You get more badges like that. That'd be really easy for you. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did on my build. You can go like this and try to get that even more. That's really on you. Doesn't really matter. But 88, we got that because you lower that, you lose. Oh, I guess on this one you don't lose a badge. You go 87, you want Hall of Fame minutes. You go 86, you want pretty much clamps and challenger. You go 85, you won't go pick dodger, and it's pretty much like just bang for your buck. But if we don't need 88, we're just gonna go right here, and now we're able to actually have rebound chaser. So my opinion, that's a much better build. We can even get more speed. You can get some strength if you want it. But me personally, since I play 5v5, I'll put it to free throw. But if you don't play 5v5, you can lower that all the way to a 60 and you'll be perfectly fine. And then yeah, we have a 70 rebound to be able to have rebound chaser, 76 speed, because you get gym rat, that's gonna be +4, that's gonna be 80. So that's not, you don't need it to be too crazy unless you're a lock or a big, in my opinion. Speed of ball and acceleration eventually are gonna be very important, but speed of ball not really right now, but acceleration is very important. We have that at 84, strength is at 46, vertical is at 82 to be able to have contact dunks, and a 90 stamina. Now when it comes to the takeovers, you end up with limitless finishing moves, but you do have the slasher, playmaker, and lockdown takeovers for if you want to go with some other things. Maybe you want to play more pass accuracy, you go with a play take as your secondary. But these are the ones I will go with for my build, and the build comes out as, and yeah, similar to shades of Paul George, Lou Hudson, OG Anunoby, the build comes out as two-way 3-point shot creator. I'm gonna be honest, I get these three in a lot of my shades of for these small forward builds. So yeah. All right, next, now we hopping into the builds that's like real deal best small forward builds. So when we thinking of the meta builds in the game right now, it's the 6'8" and the 6'9". Now in the previous couple, I didn't try to go too crazy on these, but for small forwards, it really just makes more sense to make a small forward 6'8", 6'9". I can't really get behind a point guard, shooting guard, even though people are doing it and it's really OP. But small forward, regardless if they patch it, I feel like it's gonna be good for beginning all the way to the end. So yeah, we're gonna be at the small forward hand. I'm gonna go right all year. That's just because of the new little controls they got, and then 4 as the number. Now this is gonna be a 6'8", 194 pounds, and 7'1" wingspan. Body type is completely up to you. Now when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna end up with 12 finishing, 21 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 19 defensive. I'm gonna do a video going over the badges and attributes, but with that being said, bro, me personally, I really feel like every build this year, you really want to be able to have if you have 10, you're gonna really need like 5. So you got to finagle this a little bit. Maybe you have to take a hit here, but if you take a hit here, you don't be able to have Agent 3's gold. So that's kind of why I wanted the 89. Agent 3's gold and the tier 2 is really good, and we all know how much Agent 3's work. So maybe you can drop this down, be able to get this up a little bit, and then you have 13, and then you can raise this up, try to get, you know what I'm saying, you can do a lot of things to try to finagle stuff, but you're gonna have to make sure that you get that 13. Now, with that being said, for the finishing, we have a 93 driving dunk just to be able to have the contact dunks. That's pretty much all the contact dunks. 89 3 ball, that's gonna get you Agent 3s. Not really quite Hall of Fame, Green Machine, not gold, limitless, but you're gonna have a really good array of gold, Hall of Fame, and silver badges. 75 pass accuracy. I'm not really messing with the 75 pass accuracy wave no more, to be honest with you, bro. I really would want to have that as high as possible. So we're gonna lower this a little bit for me personally. And yeah, we're gonna put the rest on our pass accuracy, but it will only go up 1, so it's not that big of a deal. But you just want to be able to have that 13 finishing. But yeah, 21. I think out of all these categories that you need more badges as, I feel like if you're below 6'8" and 6'9", probably defensive. But if we're talking about pretty much anything else, I would say for the 6'8", 6'9", majority of the time it's gonna be the playmaking. You have so many badges that you really need to be able to put on, especially on this, since they have unpluggable as a tier 3 for the 6'8" and 6'9". So yeah. And then defensively, you're really good. 88 perimeter defense, 85 steal, 75 block with a 70 interior defense and defensive rebound. So you will be able to rebound, you can be able to play interior defense, you can be able to go for blocks, you're going to be able to have good stealing, and you can be able to play really good on-ball defense. Now, 72 speed, that's not too important. Speed ball is going to be buffed eventually, but we put that up because of the dribble style. We have an 89 ball handler. I didn't go over that because we have Hall of Fame quick for step, and we have an 80 acceleration. 45 strength we didn't really care too much about. But 82 vertical is just to be able to have the contact dunks, and then we have a 90 vertical. Now when it comes, not vertical, but stamina. Now when it comes to the takeovers, you're going to end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover as the options. Now, say for instance you want to go with more of a lockdown in the back end, you can. Playmaker on the back end, you can. Me personally, I would go with a slasher though, just to be able to get the best +8s in the game. And that's pretty much the takeovers I would go with. And the build comes out as, personally though, you probably do want to go with a playmaker because you did go kind of low in the passing, but you do get +5 to passing regardless. But if you go with a playmaker, you will have a +8. And yeah, I get these shades of every single time, but yeah, it comes out as a two-way inside-out creator. All right, so next, third place, gonna be this 6'9". So we're gonna be the small forward, hand number. Gonna be the same thing every single time this year because we don't want the controls to be switching, and we want our number to be 4 pretty much, just because it's just that simple. 6'9", 206, 7'7". Now 206 because we want that 75 speed ball, and we want our acceleration as high as possible, but at the same time we want our strength. Now, for this build, you're gonna be as balanced as possible. Now, like I said, don't worry too much about the badge count. That's not of the utmost importance. We're gonna drop a video on that very soon. But 93 driving dunk, that's gonna be able to have you pretty much all the content dunks. You have an 85 layup, that's gonna be able to pretty much allow you to have all the layup packages except for long athlete, which sucks. But you do have a lot of really good layup packages still. Now, you have a 67 close shot and a 68 drop standing dunk just to be able to have 17 finishing. Now, with that being said, shooting, you have an 82 3 ball. You might feel like that's low, but on my build, I have an 83 3 ball and I make it work perfectly fine, but you also have a 76 mid-range to be able to have even more shooting badges. You lower that, you can get more stuff here, some other places, but that's on you. Now, free throws a little low for the 5v5, but I'm gonna be honest, if you're not greening it this year, you're missing regardless. So yeah, 80 pass accuracy, really good. I'm gonna be honest, really good. 80 plus pass accuracy is on a different level than 70 plus, 75, even with the LeBron style. So yeah, and even if you have 80 pass accuracy, I would definitely go with Curry over LeBron from my experience. 87, so you don't have an 89, so you won't have Hall of Fame quick first step. Y'all know how it works when it comes to these small forwards, but you do have a 75 super ball. That's the one issue I did on my build. Instead of having that 75 super ball, so I got a LeBron, not the LeBron, but the Michael Jordan dribble style. I don't get it, so I only get pro, but I still make it work because I'm just that guy. But interior defense, you have a 70 interior defense, an 88 perimeter defense, and a 90 steal. Now, why 90 steal instead of 85 like I usually do? I go 85 steal because you get silver glove, but this one, we went 90 because you get gold interceptor. Now, that's not it. Another thing that I messed up on my build, which is not really that big of a mess up because blocks aren't really the biggest deal this year, but I don't have a block rating. Now, that actually makes me play better defense for some reason. And I see a lot of bigs with block rating that can't really guard in the hole. I have no block rating. I guard the hole perfectly well with just my interior defense and hands up. But this build, if you do want to get chase downs, which is some situations I do want to get chase downs when people just go by me, you have chase down artist gold. Now you have a 70 defense rebound, but the thing about this build in comparison to my build, I have an 83-3, and at 83-3 you have silver agent threes, and I have a 99 dunk with an 89 layup. I don't quite have this pass accuracy, and I don't quite have this speed ball, and I don't quite have this steal, but I do have a higher interior defense. I have a lower defensive rebound and a lower block, but yeah, all in all, really good build still. But acceleration 78, that's max. 78 strength, that's max. Way lower than mine. It's like minus 10, but it's still good. 82 vertical W out of content and a 90 stamina. Now, when it comes to the takeaways, you end up with slasher, shot creator, sharp, and lockdown takeover. It's kind of crazy that you get shot creator takeover on this build and you have an 80 pass with a 76 mid range. That's just funny to me. But we are still gonna go with the sharp and slasher combo. It's just very, very obvious and that simple because that is just the thing you want to go with. So that's just what we're gonna go with. And the build comes out as shades of Scottie Pippen, OG Anunoby, Paul George. Two-way inside-out scorer. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna see this name a lot this year because it's just a crazy build if you get this name 9 times out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. All right, and so for first place, it's gonna be kind of like a two-way tie, but I guess if you want to count this as 2, you can. But the build that comes in at first, it's just too good. It's my no money spent build. We're gonna go over it though. Small forward, hand, and number, same thing every single time. Now, this is 6'8". I just dropped the video on this, going in detail on it, but this build is able to do everything. Everything. 7'5" wingspan, so yes, you're gonna even have a good wingspan. So, why is this build able to do everything? You have a 93 ball, 93 driving dunk, so you're gonna be able to have all the contact dunks. Now, you only have 12, so you will have to finagle this one again, like the other one, to be able to have 13, so you can be able to put the +4. But this is just template, like all the builds I show y'all. If it's a dedicated build, if it's a build in the rankings build, all these are build just templates for y'all because these builds are gonna have to suit you. It's not for me. I made these all for me, but you got to change this stuff to make it fit your playstyle. I just want to make sure that's known. But 85 3 ball, that's gonna be like the best bang for your buck in my opinion in this game, while still be able to shoot at a crazy weight, like a guard rate. So we have silver agent threes, silver limitless, silver deadeye, silver blinded. I'm gonna be honest, limitless is a little overrated. Some of these, pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, pretty much all these shooting badges are a little overrated. You don't really need badges this year to really shoot, in my opinion. It's literally if you got the jump shot and if you can shoot or not. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really feel like the biggest difference on a lot of these badges. Only a couple. But yeah, we have a 69 free throw just to have that as high as possible. 85 pass accuracy, which is what I want to have on all my builds because it just feels so swell. I call this the dot rating because if you have 85 and up, you're just dotting. You get the LaMelo pass style, the Magic Johnson pass style, and you're really hooping at that point. You have an 89 ball handle, so you have Hall of Fame quick first step. You have an 80 speed ball, so you have a lot of dribble styles that's going to come out in the future. Then, when it comes defensively, you might be like, we're going to be lacking defensively, right? No, you have a 71 interior defense, so if you want to lower that and get this even higher, you can do that. But you have an 88 perimeter defense, an 85 steal, a 75 block. Now, if you want to try to lower this to get more badges, it won't work. And I already went over all that earlier. I'm not going to go over it again. 85 steal, just be able to have silver glove, and you will also get silver interceptor alongside that. And yeah, perfect top to bottom in my opinion. Now, when it comes to the physical, 72 speed again, because that's not of the utmost importance unless you want a lot built to me. If you feel like you need more speed, lower your pass accuracy, lower something here and there to get that. It's on you. But acceleration, that's an 80, so you're going to be really good alongside that quick first step. If you don't know how speed boosting works, pretty much it's acceleration and your quick first step rating. 74 sprint, so if you did want to use bully, you can. Like if you want to just mess around with it, you can. You have a vertical of an 82 to be able to have all the contact dunks, and then when it comes to the stamina, you have a 90 stamina, which is what I try to go with. I try to get at least a 90 on all my builds. Now, when it comes to the takeaways, you're gonna end up with sharp and slasher and playmaker and lockdown takeover, which is pretty much probably the best option. Shot creator is a good option as well if you want to have fun and be able to take ankles and fade a lot, which is kind of the meta of this game, the fading. So I guess you could say, but if you do feel like you need more play take just to be able to get more passing, you can do that as well. But I'm gonna be honest, 9 out of 10 I'm not doing that, so I probably would rather shot creator takeover instead of a play take, but that it's just here or there. I'm going with these regardless. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the takeovers and the build. Let's see what the build comes out as. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the best names in the game. Paul George, OG Anunoby, Gerald Wallace, and the build comes out as, it should be a two-way 3-point forward. One of the best names in the game. And I ain't gonna lie, 2K kind of went crazy with some of the names, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad 2K made these names make sense for the builds this year. And all right, last but not least, now this build, you can make it as a small forward. For the build series that I did, it's the no money spent that I'm using this build for. It's just stupid balance. I was trying to make the most balanced build possible because I'm gonna have to do so much with this build, getting this from 60 to 99. So making it as balanced as possible so I can play any game mode with this build no matter what I'm playing with. It had to be perfect. So this, in my opinion, is the best small forward build. Now I made it as shooting guard, but you can make it at the power forward, you can make it at the small forward, you can make it at the point guard. It doesn't really matter. But this is the best small forward build in the game, in my opinion. So 6'9", 206, 7'3" wingspan. Body type is completely up to you. Now, off the rip, you get everything. You get everything. Now, I can show you guys ways that you can finagle certain things, but I'm gonna be honest, off the rip, you get everything. So, what I went for in this build, we have all the contact dunks. You have the vertical to go along it. You're gonna be able to have everything. You have an 80 layup, that's gonna allow a lot of layup packages. You have a 60 close shot with a 58 standing dunk to be a 14 finishing badges. Shooting, you have a 3-ball, which I told y'all earlier, 85 is like the minimum you should have, in my opinion, if you want to shoot like a guard, like 300. But I'm gonna be honest, on my 6'9", that's 99 driving dunk, I have an 83 and a 300. So it's like, it's really on you what you're able to do, but I feel like for the casuals, you want at least an 85. And I went for 85 on this one so I can have silver and limitless. But I also have an 81 mid-range because, again, I need to be able to play everywhere with this build. So I have 81 mid-range to be able to have Midi Magician on the dot. So that's another thing. Now we have a 66 free throw. That's kind of the one little hole. It's a little low, but we're gonna have to be in the lab with this build regardless. So we're gonna have to get that down regardless. 75 pass accuracy, 87 ball handle with a 75 speed ball, 75 pass accuracy. At the time of me making it, I was really on the LeBron James wave. I'm not really on that no more, but 75 pass accuracy is really good. 87 ball handle, 75 speed ball, so you're gonna be able to have the Michael Jordan dribble style, but you won't have quick first step Hall of Fame, which is kind of an L in my opinion, but you should be fine regardless. Now when they do nerf like speed boosting on bigs in comparison to guards or buffs, either they're gonna nerf the speed boosting on 6'9" or they're gonna buff the guards. I feel like they should nerf the big guys in my opinion and make the guard and just keep the guards. Or if they feel like guards is just too slow, I don't know how they're gonna do that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like some guards are really fast. It just really just takes skill. You gotta really be able to have the skill. I ain't gonna lie. But 70 interior defense, that's gonna be able to have me playing really good interior defense. 86 perimeter defense, not 88. Don't really need that 88. Don't really need that 87. 87 is just getting you Hall of Fame minutes. 88 is getting you that extra badge, but I don't really need either of those because I already have 18 defensive, and this is not really supposed to be a lockdown build. This is just be able to play defense alongside the offense. I have an 85 steal, so I'm gonna be able to have interceptor. I'm gonna be able to have glove. I'm gonna have a 75 block again to be able to have chase down artists, 70 defensive rebound. I'm gonna have an 80 speed, a 78 acceleration, an 82 strength, so I can have silver bully. I can have 82 vertical with 90 stamina. So top to bottom, I made it as perfect as possible for me. Now, say for instance, you want to have your pass accuracy even higher. Just lower that, you can get that up. Lower it again, you can get that up. And you can have an 80 pass accuracy with a 77 mid-range. And that's still gonna be really decent. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different ways you can go about it, and you can also get even higher free throw. But me personally, when I was making it, like I said, I wanted to be able to have everything on my build. So it was just important for me to be able to have that 81 mid-range because of the Hall of Fame Midi Magician. I need to be able to do everything. If I need to take my midi, take my midi. If I need to go for the dunk, I can go for a dunk. If I need to get a layup, I can get layups. If I need to shoot a 3, I can shoot a 3. If I need to be passed, I'm able to pass. It's just, I'm trying to be able to do everything on this build, and that's what we went for. And in my opinion, small forwards are supposed to be as versatile as it gets. And this, in my opinion, is as versatile as it gets. Now, there are other builds I can show y'all real quick before we show y'all the build name, but I'm gonna show you guys the build name and then I'm gonna show you guys real quick the other build, but it's not really meant to be on this list. I'm gonna drop a dedicated build video for that. But takeover, you're gonna have limitless range and easy blow-bys. Now, options, you do get shot creator, you do get lock if you do want those, so in my opinion, it does have probably the best 4 options. This build probably would get helped a little bit if it did have playmaker takeover. But yeah, the build comes out as shades of Eddie Jones, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham. If you made it small for you, we obviously get different ones. But I found it funny that it's like a 3-level score, which is kind of like a KD, where you can score at all 3 levels, which is mid-range, 3-pointers, and dunking, layups, all that. Now, real quick before we end on this video, I did want to show y'all a little sneak peek of the build that I'm going to show you guys later on this week. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much like this max wingspan build. And this build, pretty crazy. Now, it is at the point guard position, but you can make it, again, at any of these positions now. Again, like I said, you don't really need the highest 3-ball, but if you want a 300 and stuff like a lot of people do, you probably do want like a higher 3-ball, like an 83, so you can have 18 threes, and then 85 they have silver limitless. But again, I ain't even been using limitless lately. I'm still shooting from deep. Just put on limitless take and you'll be fine. I'm gonna be honest. So this build, more of a defensive build. As you can see, I have an 88 block with a 90 steal, with an 80 interior defense, with an 85 rebound, while still having pretty much the same playmaking, slightly lowered 3-ball, way lower mid-range, the same drive and dunk, lower layup. And yeah, we're gonna go over that in detail in another video, but I just wanted to show y'all that sneak peek for that later on. Now, that's gonna be pretty much the best small forward builds. All we gotta do as it is the power forwards and the centers, but I got a lot more in store for y'all when it comes to these builds this year. I got ISOs, the lockdowns, the slashers, and we all know how broken the slashers and the lockdowns is this year. So all I need y'all to do, if y'all do want this series of me ranking the builds for different types of builds in this series or in this game, all y'all gotta do is like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, share this video to anybody that will help. Without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, and I have to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!